everyone, I'm Mind, and here I have yet another issue of the LEGO Ninjago Magazine. I want to start this video out by apologizing for being pretty late on this one, because this magazine came out like a month ago, and I was waiting for it to arrive and it just wasn't coming in the mail, and then I realized the reason why it hadn't arrived was because my subscription had expired. So then I renewed my subscription, but because I imported these from the UK, it took another 2 weeks to arrive. So yeah, very late on this one, I apologize for that, but it is finally here, and this is actually a very special issue because this is the 100th issue of the LEGO Ninjago Magazine, which is pretty darn cool that it's been going for that long. I think I only started collecting them around like issue 70 or 75. I don't know, you guys can look back at my channel. But yeah, super neat to see it lasted so long. This one comes with a Golden Dragon Cole minifigure, which the Golden Dragon Ninja are always really cool to get in the magazines. We'll take a closer look at the minifigure itself at the end of this video. For now, I'm going to remove it from the front cover. And now with the minifigure removed, you can see what the full cover looks like. It says Epic LEGO Toy Golden Dragon Cole, LEGO Toy Dragon Ninja with a solid blade and super wings. There's a wicked game to escape the Overlord. The Overlord saying his iconic line, har har har. Elemental powers, could the ninja regain their skills? Right, I'm sure that's teasing this month's comic, because yeah, it seems like there's going to be an arc in the comics about the ninja regaining their powers. It started with last month's magazine. However, it kind of directly contradicts the canon way the ninja got their powers back. But anyway, yeah, let's get this open, see what's inside. Oh wait, what? No, okay, so they are advertising the Quest for the Lost Powers book in the magazine, which this is what I was referring to when I said there's a canon way they regain their powers, is in this book. They give a little summary of everything here. It's cool that they're advertising that, don't get me wrong, but I guess we'll have to see the actual comic, because I'm pretty sure the comic's tackling the exact same story, just completely differently. Got a table of contents right here, but now let's turn to the first page. And this is, of course, the page for the minifigure that comes in this magazine, Golden Dragon Cole. And once again, they somehow managed to get it wrong. They did this, I think, in the Golden Dragon J magazine as well. This sequence of movements triggers the dragon form. Jump in the air, step back, spin around, and turn. It's just like they say in the theme song, guys. Jump in the air, step back, spin around, and turn. People pointed out to me in the comments of that video that the reason that's wrong is probably a translation error, because these magazines I think are originally written in German and then they're translated into other languages. But man, they should probably get a better translation service when they can't even get jump up, kick back, whoop around, and spin correctly. Anyway, it says Cole likes solid ground under his feet, so this new form takes some getting used to. Only the dragon form can bring victory over evil in the season finale. Selflessly, the Earth Ninja gives up his elemental power for this mode. Got some little screenshots and descriptions of what Cole does in Crystallized. This is a game where you have to count all the different ninja heads. And then, of course, we have the instructions to build Golden Dragon Cole. Turning to the next page, we have the Party of the Year. Alright, this is just a series of different mini games. This one seems really goofy, but then, yeah, just like basic games, like, oh, count each of the fruits, name all the different characters, provide descriptions of these characters. I mean, I'm sure it's fun for kids. Turning to the next page, we have a distorted dream. The Overlord is remembering images he saw during his afternoon nap. He dreamed of the ninja's enemies who supported him through the years. Prove your ninja vision and answer the questions below. Alright, so we just got this art of lots of different set images. It looks like it's island, seabound, and crystallized stuff. And then you have some questions about the picture above. Here we just have two mazes. We have to get Cole and Kai to the spiders down here. But now we get to the most interesting part of the magazine, and that is, of course, the comic. As always with the comic, I'm not going to read the entire thing to you guys, but feel free to pause the video and read it for yourself. And if I notice anything especially funny or interesting, I'll make sure to point it out to you guys. So this comic is called Groundbreaking Evil. Okay, so Misdemeanor has a warehouse where she's storing chrono steel, which is, of course, the metal that's used to store elemental powers. That's how they took away the Time Twins elemental powers in Season 7, and you can see they're imagining using things similar to the Time Blades to suck away Nia and Lloyd's powers, and they're headed to Primeval's Eye. Okay, so now Nelson and Antonia go to the monastery to warn Wu about, like, what's gonna happen, and then the ninja head off to Primeval's Eye to go try to stop Misdemeanor. Oh no. There's evil squirrels. What are the ninja gonna do? I don't know, but now we are at the break in the comic, so we will get back to it in a moment, but first we have a system error. Pixel's mini-pix moments have gotten all mixed up with the Nindroid database. Put them in the right order using file descriptions. To do this, add a file number to the matching image. So just have list descriptions right here, list of images, and you have to match which ones connect. Okay, cool. And then we have the posters in the center, which already, this one looks really cool. So we'll start actually with the other one. This is just a poster of the Golden Ultra Dragon fighting the Overlord, and honestly, I really like this one. There's no, like, unnecessary text. It doesn't say, like, Dragon Power or whatever right here like it normally does. No, instead, it's just a really cool render of the two sets fighting. I love the elemental power coming out of each of the dragon's mouths. Yeah, this looks really neat. I think this is a very good poster. But I have to say, the other side is probably even cooler, because I guess this is probably the poster to celebrate this being the 100th Ninjago magazine. So as such, we just have a poster with pretty much every character from forever. They probably just went in and every character they had a render of, they just slapped it into this poster. Because yeah, this is super cool to see all these characters lined up. You've of course got like all the ninja front and center right here, but then you've also got like even the most obscure characters, all the way back to season 1 with like Bang Tom. You've got Gripe, you've got just a normal Hydro Whipper. There's even things like the original Master of Gravity, who's like never been in a set, appeared in one scene for like 30 seconds. Fugidove up there. I mean, you guys can pause and look at all these characters because everyone you can really think of is probably here. You got Cole's dad and his entire band up there. Yeah, this is super neat. Very, very cool poster. Might be my favorite one they've ever done. Perfect way to celebrate 100 issues. I really love this one. This would be one I'd consider hanging up. I'm sure you guys have heard me mention this before if you've watched previous ones of these videos, but I'm not a huge fan of these posters in general because they're stapled to the center of the magazine. So if you want to hang them up, there's always going to be little holes in the center where the staples were. But I don't know, this one's so cool I might just hang it up anyway. Let me know in the comments if you guys noticed any characters that I didn't. I'm seeing now a few characters are just screenshots from the show, like that Dr. Julian is definitely pulled straight from the show, same thing with Misako. So there is a lot of clashing art styles here, but honestly I don't even mind too much because it's just so cool seeing everybody together. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys noticed like any really cool characters that I didn't point out. And now I suppose we can get back to the magazine. Alright, so we have a game called Icicles where it matches aim to the silhouette over here. This one you have to see who won, J or Mr. F. And then turning the page we are back to the comic where they're fighting the giant squirrels. There's also a giant mole. Okay, sure, we're adding a lot of lore here. Alright, they confront Misdemeanor. Nia uses her powers to put out the fires. And uh-oh, the giant mole grabs Misdemeanor. And yep, it just ends up with them getting another piece of Chrono Steel. And then it says to be continued. I do like that there's a through line between all these comics. This is like the first time they've ever done that. I just wish it was a different storyline, because I mean, they're literally advertising the canon storyline that this is meant to replace in this same exact magazine. I assume they wrote these before they knew about Quest for the Lost Powers, and then just didn't change them when they found out about it. I mean, there's a chance it's going to tie in at the end, but I don't know. So far, this seems to be contradicting it. But I guess we'll see in next month's issue. Honestly, I really hope the comics and feature magazines bridge the gap between Crystallized and Ninjago Dragons Rising. Like, if they show the ninja during the merge, whatever, if that's not shown in the show, that would be really cool. But yeah, now let's see what's in the rest of the magazine. Here we have a game called Don't Be a Party Pooper. The ninja want to get to their party, but they're being chased by the Overlord. Okay, and it's just a little dice rolling board game. One person plays as the ninja, one person plays as the Overlord, and you have to try to get to the finish line as the ninja before the Overlord catches up to you. That's fun, I do like that. Here we have Out of the Sewers, and they're 3 separate games that all connect together. Yeah, that's cute. Then turn to the next page again. Here we have an advertisement for the LEGO Minecraft magazine, which I do love the LEGO Minecraft magazine. I do collect that one. I stopped making videos on it because the videos weren't doing too well, but I still just collect them for my own collection because, yeah, I think they're really cool. Honestly, it's a better magazine than the Ninjago one. And then here we have The Boss is Calling, which looks just to be another maze. Though it's a pretty big and in-depth maze. A bit more to it than some of the others we've seen. Also, it challenges you to complete it in under 2 minutes. Wow. And then finally, we turn to the very end of the magazine. And here, of course, we have an advertisement for next month's magazine, which comes with a crystallized Sphere minifigure. I said next month's magazine, it's really this month's magazine. In fact, I already have this one, so stay tuned for a review on that one coming soon. But yeah, that one arrived like 2 days after I got this one. So yeah, it won't be too long until I review that. We also have on the very last page a Ninja-tastic pen holder, which you can cut out, and I guess store pens in. Make sure to ask a grown-up to help you guys. And then on the alternate side, okay, you can see there's different graphics. Here we have Lloyd, Oni Lloyd, and the Golden Dragon. Here we have the Crystal King, though also without his mask, which is a little bit odd. And then these are all like the allies as well as the council here. It also seems like you're supposed to cut out this Harumian and use her as like the base of the pen holder. Yeah, overall fun magazine. I enjoyed the comic even if it is almost definitely not canon. The games seem pretty solid all around. I like whenever they have like little dice rolling games because I know I would have loved those when I was little. But the highlight in this one was for sure those posters because both of them are really, really great. But of course, that's not everything with this magazine. So now let's take a look at the minifigure that it comes with and then I'll give you my overall thoughts. Alright, here's the polybag the minifigure comes in, so let's just get this thing open. Okay, and here's a full look at the Golden Dragon Cole minifigure, and just like the rest of the Golden Dragon Ninja, I absolutely love this one. I think they're some of the nicest looking Ninjago figures we've ever gotten. Obviously, Crystallized was the big finale of the original Ninjago series, so they really went all out with these minifigures, and yeah, it definitely shows. These things are gorgeous. Cole's not my favorite of the bunch, but he's definitely up there, because he does look really nice. The highlight on these figures is, of course, all the different transparent pieces. Specifically, the transparent legs and arms are so cool looking. But on Cole especially, I love the transition from the solid black torso into the trans-orange legs. They have like this black printing of cracked rocks going down his legs, and it just looks really smooth and natural. Like, it really conveys the idea that he's being engulfed by this elemental power. He's also, of course, got a symbol in the center of his chest with like this gold armor, and it's a small thing, but I love the subtle like dark red cracks on his torso and even into the legs. They're not super obvious, but add that nice like little extra bit of detail, which I do really appreciate. And then, of course, Cole's got the same dragon mask that the rest of the ninja have, with the trans-orange out the back, which again looks great. And in terms of accessories, accessory, he comes with like this golden blade, which is an exclusive build to this magazine. However, you can very easily build it with your own parts. I like it though. I like whenever the magazines come with builds that don't come in the main sets, just as a nice way to mix things up, make the weapon feel more unique. And this looks good. It looks like an earth blade. I feel like it fits Cole pretty well, especially in the dragon form. There's also, of course, the big orange wings out the side, and the trans orange does match with the gold so well. It's like one consistent color. The only part about this guy I don't like is something I mentioned with pretty much all of them, and that is the blue Technic pins to connect the wings around the back. Blue just doesn't match in with the colors at all, and LEGO usually doesn't recolor those Technic pieces, so I get why it's blue, but I don't know, preferably like gold or orange would have looked best, but even something like black would have looked a lot more natural than blue. Still though, it's not a huge deal and you can't see it from most angles. Here's a quick look at the minifigure with the mask removed. I really like how they gave Cole like molten lava eyebrows, and then turning around you can see his back torso print, which does have a symbol right there, but it's like made out of rock and then it's boiled in lava, and then there's more cracks around it. Yeah, they captured Cole's elemental power so well. Incredible minifigure. In terms of an inclusion in the magazine, I think it's solid. He does only come in one set, so if you want a second, this is a really nice way to get him. However, the one set that he does come in is on the cheaper end, so of course he's not as exciting as like Golden Dragon Zane, who's exclusive to a $90 set, but this is still a cheaper way to get him than his full set, and I like when there's multiple ways to get exclusive figures. So yeah, overall very happy with this one. Great figure and great magazine inclusion. And so overall, what are my thoughts on this magazine? I thought this one was really good, honestly. Especially for a celebration of 100 magazines, I think they did a pretty good job. Now, if I were to be nitpicky, sometimes they include a bonus minifigure. I think the 100th issue would have been the perfect time to include a bonus minifigure, but the bonus minifigures seem kind of random, so that's not a huge deal. Additionally, you heard me talk about the comic. It's a bit weird how they're advertising Quest for the Lost Powers, while also running a comic about the ninja getting their powers back. Seems like the two things contradict each other a little bit, but all things considered, that's not a huge deal. I think the games are fun for kids, and the poster and minifigure are great for anyone. So 100% I would recommend this magazine. I don't know if it's still going to be available now at this point, but I still wanted to cover it on the channel because I cover all of them, and I do find it fun. But let me know what you guys thought of this magazine in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!